return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. To throw is Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On second down, Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now it's Fields. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, here's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 21-0 our score after one. Second and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Throwing again on second and 10. Cousins, flush to his right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On third down, Cousins. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with a touch.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. On first down, Fields. Wide open receiver complete to Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Santos with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Bears 14. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
A shotgun snap, Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On play action, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
And the Bears 1st down.
Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. Right side, Claypool's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And after the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go play action. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and a third interception thrown by Cousins. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
From the 50, here's Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Fields now to throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Here's Griffin on the catch. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
First down goal, Chicago.
Fields throwing again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Second down and goal. Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
pressure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Taken from about the 12. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
1st down, Bears.
Fields on 1st down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Fields. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds just... 40.
To Chase Claypool. It's a gain of 23 yards. And
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Fields. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
complete to Chase Claypool. A gain of 12.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To the air again, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over at the 41. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now a Offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. On play action, Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Shotgun snap, Fields. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. Andrew Booth picks it up. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On the give is Nwangu. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Cousins to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Vikings 35, Bears 20.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd and 10. Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 27-yard line.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Cousins here to throw. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 2nd and 10, Fields. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
Hey, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one. Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.